This isn't a night recording. This one is a day recording because guess what? I want to upload this for my next video, and this is when all my video ideas. Anyways, we're gonna create something. We're gonna create something nice. Yes, I am putting my FTD idea request on a sheet and then posting it to YouTube. Because why the heck not? I might turn up my mic just a little bit. And as you've noticed, there's black bars here. You can't see it. Aha. Because I'm safety first. Let's see. Levels. Nope, not turning you up because then it's going to get really loud. Okay. What was the idea? I had a perfect idea. Right. Categories. Okay. Okay. Actually, I will move that over to here. Categories. Uh, there might need. Okay, so armor. No, it's nice, but armor. Okay. Weapon count. Okay, what's another category? Because I'm kind of going off of AI target prioritization, which would be target count, block count, weapon. Oh, block count, which I'm just gonna change to armor count, and then weapon count, which I would. It's just weapon count. I mean, we could go with right, not weapon count because okay. This is gonna be fun, and it's gonna be a longer one. So if you want to see, I'm probably just gonna post this to the FTD. What was it called again? A dev, a quasi dev, as I'm gonna call him, told me to put it on the request tracker because I was talking to him on a Discord server. Laughlin Discord server. Do go to it. It's a great server, and we like Laughlin. That's it. I'm just a guy there. Nothing more about that. Let's just get to armor. So for armor, oh my gosh, there's okay, because there could be nuance to it. It could be like less armored or armored. That's not pretty nuanced. Yeah, I wanna make this look nice. So there we go. And then we just do that. And then to make things a little bit clearer, 0 to 1. Actually, zero to 10. everything's going to be based off of a factor of 0 to 10, and then all the minute stuff will be handled by the devs or just talked about in dev test or beta test as it's called now. Okay, now that we got weapons, let me move you over. Boom. Okay, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. Well, actually no, missile. And I'm gonna make this look a little bit nicer. I will color this later. So then we'd go from like speed. Yeah, I gotta think about this a little bit because I'm not a programmer, but I can think about things. So my idea is, oh, okay, there we go, more categories. We're just gonna move this over here, and we're gonna go offense, off, offense. That is definitely how you spell offense. Let me figure out how to spell offense real quick in a different tab because, yeah, offense, offensive. This is so. This will make sense in a second. I'm actually gonna explain it right now. After I load whatever the heck was up. There we go. So this is the category I kind of see. For the offensive, there's gonna be. This is just analyzing the capabilities of the enemy fleet, or for like, yeah, for the enemy fleet. You have like a ship, and I'll make a little better chart for this. But what we need for data is armor, like what it is, if it has less armor or more armor, as in like armor blocks, structural blocks that contribute to the AP value of the block behind it, you know, that stuff. Then we would have what would we have? Man, there's gonna be like 3 categories. You'd have armors. Ooh, this is hard. Armor. What else do you need to do? What weapons are they using? Weapon type. Okay, because offensive and defensive aren't necessarily separate. They can be together. You can use your defense and make a great offense, but only if you can do it. Okay, so weapon type, we would have APS. And then what you need for that is speed. And by shell speed, then we'd need shell type. And this one's going to be a fun one because there's a shit ton of shell types. We have hollow point, which is all you need to use. You have HE, EMP, fragment, kinetic, high AP, low AP. You essentially need to analyze the shell. Shell head. Shell warheads. Shell damage. And shell health. Maybe even yeah, railgun doesn't need because all it does is it increases shell speed. So this is gonna be hard to annotate. I'm gonna have to make a nice paragraph. I'm gonna have to make a Word document too. Ah, my gosh, this might be even an hour long. Okay, so shell speed. For enemy AI. Shell speed. What would it be? Okay, because then I I don't know because if your shell speed is slow, then should the AI have the knowledge to hard counter you and just send lightning hood crafts at you or fast crafts? I think it should. Then should it like play to your weakness, or should it accept that and just send more powerful crafts that are slower? Okay. Okay. Send faster craft. 0, send faster. Hmm. If the shell speed gets really fast, then there's no point. If the shell speed gets really fast, then you send heavier craft. Send heavier craft. Okay. Ah. Uh. Okay. That's a simple parameter for shell speed. If it's slow, then send fast craft. Because you don't really want it to be. It's it's not like if it's a slow shell speed, send a lightly armored craft because it's not that. It's supposed to be that. It's a slow shell speed, and you need to move quick in order to not get hit by it. And sending heavier craft, they would always get hit by it. Okay, Shellhead. Thump, my all favorite. Sabot. Hesh. Heat. Heavy. AP. Okay. Or head. Or head, yes. 0 to 1 value. I, I don't speak in code talk, so 0 to 10. They can always alter it because if it's thump, then what would you do to hard counter thump? Okay, so if it was Sabbath, C warheads. There we go. If it's AP, then that generally means if it's no AP, oh my gosh. This is a brain tickler for me. And being tickled makes it very hard to think. The reason why I use thump is because it chunks off armor. And I don't see a way to hard counter that. Except don't have armor, which is what people keep telling me. And I'm like, then it chunks off the insides. It's really good. Sabbath sends. Oh, I forgot shellfire rate. What do you do for that? I mean, I have not found a way to hard counter it. I guess hard counter is an incorrect term. The term that I should be using is minimize the damage. How do you minimize the damage of thump? Uh, you don't have as much armor? I mean, that's always an option. Okay. Okay, I know how to hard counter hash. I actually don't. Maybe that's a little bit too intricate. And I'll let them figure it out later. But for now, what we can do is we can just do simpler stuff like this. Binary, I guess. Or number line on a spectrum, blah blah blah. What? Shell warheads. Go. Send. Alright, I forgot. Shell warheads is a special one. Because it's like shell head. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. HE. Flak. Gotta say with a quack. EMP. Kinetic. Thump. And then we're back to thump. Okay. 0. 0, 0, 0, 0. I'm 0 to 10. Okay, so if they don't have HE, what can you do to that bonus? If they do have HE, we can answer this one. Send high AP. I can lower the font size to 8. 7. Okay, that's a little bit too small. Let's set you all to 8. Send high AP craft. Now, flak is an interesting one because that indicates you're generally going against air and you're anti-air. But there's a problem with that. If you're going against anti-air, oh well, if you have flak, send. I'm just gonna lump flak in there too because they're kind of the same. Send high AP craft. If they're using HE, if they're not using HE, then I guess 0 is left empty. EMP resistant. Send EMP resistant. Now a kinetic is designed to send bigger craft because then they would have to shoot more blocks, and generally that means that you would you have to shoot a lot more shells. And I guess the same could be said for thump these chunks off armor. No, we can't. Send what is I don't know. I have idea. Oh, I have an idea. Yeah, that one. Okay, so okay, yeah. Oh, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna graph it later on. That's gonna be great. I don't think I can, but I'm gonna try. If the shell damage is weak, HP. Let me just merge you. And up to 10. I don't know why I'm using 10 when I could be using 1. But it's divisible by 10, and 10 and 0 divided by 0. Or 0 divided by 10 is still 0, so. Send, if it's more. So then, if the damage is high, you don't really want to be taking that damage as much. So send fast craft. Send fast craft. Because at that point, they can just avoid it. And chances of being a. This is more for like HE and EMP and frag. How do you counter frag? Uh, send. What do you send? I think IHP because frag count and they do a fair amount of damage. Send .b. Okay. Yeah, if you send Fastcraft against something that has high damage, it's essentially avoiding a huge amount of damage that could have knocked it out instead of like tanking it because at that point you don't want to get hit by it. You just want to not get hit by it, make them waste their ammo and their damage and shell health. Oh, wait, oops. Let me just set that to gauge instead because let me make some variables. Frag W shell damage D no. Why does it do that? I hate it. I freaking hate it. Shell gauge. Does it have anything to do with it? Because the shell gauge only determines how fast the shell will go and how much damage it will do. So shell gauge is mostly a factor of, not a factor, but it's a multiplicative of shell speed and damage and fire rate. So what would shell health indicate? Um, what would shell gauge indicate? It's like, okay, cannon fire rate. Send more small. Yeah, this is for like ultimate hard countering because that's how I like to think. Why does it do that? Why? It makes me very angry. And arrow key doesn't work when you're great, freaking fantabulous. I love it to death. It makes me happy. Send happy crafts. Generally sending more. Well, if you send more small craft against a cannon that has like a fire rate of 10 shots per, or like 10 shots per minute, which means a shot every 6 seconds, then that means you can easily swarm them. Which means that you have to build smart and build anti-swarm craft guns. Which forces you to learn that building one gun is not a good idea, or one type of gun, unless you know exactly what you're countering. Send high craft. Now, if you have like only rapid fire guns, it's an high HP craft. There's literally no way to hard counter heavy fast guns because they shoot fast and they hit harder and they hit a lot of them. But you can hard counter Gatling guns against like anti-air. Okay, so we got APS done. Now I shall make a function, or at least try. So a function for weapon type. Okay. Weapon type. What do we have? SWDF. SWDF equals blah bitty blah. Okay. Now let's go to here. What is our graph going to be? It's gonna be that's kind of cool. Okay. So for shell warheads, this one's interesting because we have multiple craft things. We have multiple options. You have HE, EMP, and kinetic thump and frag. Okay. APS. What is the thing it looks APS a AA value, APS AA value. We're gonna have to get a lot of these APS. Excuse me, that was disgusting. I'm sorry, guys. DHP. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, so I like this a lot better because it's cleaner. Better than that. Let me just move this down a second. Is supercavitation. 1 equals yes. 1 equals yes. 0 equals no. Is super cavi cav cavitation. I mean, okay. And APS AA value equals S times SF SFD. Let's go and graph that. So we got a S Y is equal to S SFD. So if we have a via rate of with a value of, let's say 5, let's say it's like 3, let's say it's like 1500 rounds per minute, and we got a damage of, let's say, oops, let me just make this better. Damage 10k, 0 to high. 0 to high. I should probably just say that. And 0 to high. Okay. Then what you do is you'd set this up, and then let's say the damage is a value of 5,000, and the shell speed is only 600 meters per second. We have an A value of A is equal to 51. That's an anti-air value of all of that divided by. This is why I want it in factors of 10, because then if damage was equal to maybe 2.5, the fire rate is equal to 5, and speed was equal to, let's say, 7. 87.5 is a really nice number. As you can see, where is it? Oh, okay, whatever. Let's just put Y instead, and then zoom. There we go. So it's A value is equal to 87.5. We set it to max. The maximum value could ever be is 1,000. I'm literally only doing this based off of my breadboard knowledge, because I've only used the breadboard a couple of times. It was really cool when I used it, but I just didn't use it to its maximum potential. And I figured out that converting everything into binary generally works nice. I could convert this into binary, but then no, you can't, because that's just 1 to 0. What we need is something a little bit more, not 1 or 0, more like 1 in between 10. At the enable value, if the speed is high, and okay, so if this, I can just make this even cleaner. SFD is equal to, no, SFD is equal to weapon value. We just merge those together. SFD, if the cannon fire rate is high, then AA should be positive. If the shell speed is high, then AA should be positive. And by I mean positive, I mean up, it should be higher. And if the damage is high, well, what we need is like equals S is high, F is high, D is low. That means it's probably anti-air. Is low. I mean F is neutral. D is high. Let me just get rid of the value because that's okay. So if it S is high, F is fire rate is high, and speed is high, and the damage comparatively is relative. If the speed is low and F is like doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put that to low because I want this to kind of be in binary just a little bit because I understand that despite me not being a programmer. Anti-sub is equals 1. Okay, so that you got anti-air, and then we got anti-sub. Speed is high, F is low. S is high. This is kind of not needed. D is low. Okay, heavy craft value. Heavy craft. S is low. D is high. So it's more like and or true statements. And is the fire rate value lower? Okay, maybe I can figure this out in math. So, okay. I'm pulling my phone in my pocket because it feels freaking weird. Um, that's an if statement. I don't have this doesn't have if capabilities. I mean, I could probably just explain it in like maybe uh yeah, I think this let me just say if here cuz that sounds programmy. If but all it's working, it's just like okay. I mean, this is like a bare bones and then later on uh let me just do that. Okay. Now cram is an easy one. Wait, let me separate these a bit because separation makes the world a lot happier. Cram, okay. If cram. What we need is shell speed, shell damage, shell speed and shell damage. Why does it do that? I do not know. I'm probably sin. I was doing this wrong the entire time. Okay, okay. I mean, you could easily hard counter it by just saying send aircraft. I cannot spell. Send slightly heavier craft. Okay. I set that to 1 for a reason. I mean, I could have just set it to 5 or 3 because that's going to be on a different factor scale than the APS, since APS can go to, you know, 2.5 kilometers a second if you can do it. Whoa, that just overloaded the mic. 2.5 oh my gosh, it's overload. Yeah, that's enough of that. I have it set. This is why I didn't want to turn it up, and it's like, nah, it's fine. Anyways, that is set on a different number because crams are slow and meant for heavy craft. Shell damage. You just send fast craft against cram, and then is bomber. Oh my gosh, I'm being stupid. Didn't do the stupid. Send planes. Send planes. I don't know why this irritates me. Here we go. Now we can go on to missiles. Namiya. Missiles. Easy. This one's easy. Speed. Damage. What the heck? It's like, okay, my shoes are getting untied. And listen to me gripe about having my shoes get untied. Okay, they're no longer untied. I have to attenuate the bass in my voice because this microphone's kind of trash. What? What the frick? It picks up treble nicely, but no. It's what the. Okay. Send, yes. Send fast craft if its speed is on the lower. Nope. And since this. Since even, like, the fastest missiles, actually, the slowest missiles are pretty good. But the fastest missiles are still pretty fast, and you can kind of outmaneuver. I cannot spell for life me. Send heavier craft. Okay. So, that makes sense, right? Because if the missile is going really fast, then you kind of just want to, you know, have it be able to tank damage. But if it's a slow missile, then just don't have the damage be tanked at all. Just send fast craft. We will do that. Merge you. Doo doo boop 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 boom. Look at that. It didn't derp, except for what I did there. And that's me making noise in my room, in my cave, not my room. Damage. Send. Okay, so if the What did I do for? Yeah, English is easy. Typing is hard. There's a big difference. This is why. Oh, writing's harder though. Let's just get that straight. Why writing is harder because you have to literally use your hands in a way that is foreign, and you have to move them articulately. It's disgusting. Mm. Okay, if it's low, if it's there's a lot more nuance to this. I'm just putting down a base idea. That is my plan. Put down base idea. Nothing more, nothing less. Can I type? I mean, uh, I'm just gonna call it that HB Craft. That's their name. I ate food, but I'm still hungry. Okay, lasers. Okay, I'm kind of getting lazy here, and I don't know how to hard counter lasers because I only build big lasers, and they're so powerful you just don't hard counter them. Just do that. Stuff the crafts for the rest of the wep weapons. Weapons. Yes, 100%. Nope. Yay. There we go. Uh, yeah. Let me open Discord, see if anything happened. Nothing. Oh, nice. I'm just gonna do some stuff. Okay, everything is good in the world. I am okay. Let's open up OBS. It has been almost an hour long. I'm not cutting it any bit of it. But I don't feel good, and I do have schoolwork to do, which I've been neglecting. So, let's get that done later on today. Is there anything else that you need? Let me go ahead and go to, uh, word of the day. I don't know what I'm doing. Ye That is what I want. That is 100% what I want. There we go. Request tracker. I have not used this before, so this is my first time. Let's just look at this. Uh, rename railguns to Gauss gun, coil gun. Actually, no. Technically, I think it is a railgun. Hold on, I'm just gonna look at this. and then you got aim like force steam. Uh, I mean, let's just go over here. I'm gonna click on this breadboard gates. Yes. Okay. Uh, well, yeah, I think I'm done here. I think I made this for no reason whatsoever, but at least I know what I'm talking about in my head, and therefore maybe I can explain it to some people if I really need to. It's gonna be pretty okay. Yeah, I think I'm done.